Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. So, right now I want to talk about how high silver could potentially go, realistically as well. It could be $100, $300, $500, who knows? That's what this article is talking about. And why? It's because if we want to talk about extreme prices, well, guess what, people? We're living in extreme times right now. So the possibility of something crazy happening during crazy times like this goes up a lot higher. It's a lot more plausible. People didn't think COVID-19 would be as big as it is. So for something as extreme as COVID-19, as exaggerated as it is, to bring prices higher, it seems to fit the motto. I mean, it really does. It's not going against the grain to say if something is happening crazy in the economy, prices in the markets could be happening crazily as well. So anyways, I have a couple articles I want to talk about, and the first one is just kind of going over this craziness, but why it's actually so relevant. Annual average silver prices since 1927. You can see it gradually going upwards, and there is this trend line from 25 cents all the way up to $30. And now we're talking about the gold to silver ratio. So the gold to silver ratio historically is around, 60 to 1. But right now we're seeing something extremely high. And see this danger zone? We're actually past that right now. So we're actually past the danger zone. So examine the gold to silver ratio for the past 27 years. How high will silver rise? The COMEX silver prices are managed by large players including JP Morgan, which previously wanted the silver prices to remain low, and that may be changing. How rapidly will the Fed and commercial banking increase in supply of dollars, and how much will they devalue the dollar? How extreme will our political circus become? Distractions will be necessary. The usual response is war after a suitable scapegoat has been identified. And right now it's not war, it's actually COVID-19. False flag operations may direct blame and attention away from policy failures and towards some common economy. Wars increase silver prices. When will U.S. citizens lose confidence in the dollar? And how rapidly will foreign countries including China, Russia, Saudi Arabia redirect commerce away from the dollar? And this is exactly what's all happening from COVID-19. And this article was written before COVID-19 was even a thing. So this was written February 6, 2020. So they had no idea, and everything is starting to actually fall in line. The stars are starting to fall in line. The perfect storm for silver is coming. And that leads us into our next article talking about this. Silver setting up for a perfect storm, a new gold-silver cycle. In addition to the investment thesis for silver as a monetary metal, silver is also special for its industrial uses. It's produced primarily as byproduct of non-essential or non-precious metals mining, meaning by accident. They're trying to dig up gold, lead, and zinc, but they'll find some silver by accident, but they'll keep it. With base metals currently in a bear market, there is dwindling silver supply, and since they're chasing the dollar, and if these other metals aren't performing or aren't getting dug up, that means not much silver is as well. Especially Mexico shutting down their silver mines, production been cutting back. Royal Canadian Mint shutting down for 2 weeks. The U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles. What's happening next? But silver is a green metal which supports rising industrial demand. This is placing upwards pressure on the price of silver, potentially indicating the new start of a gold-silver cycle. So silver is a precious metal. Just like gold, silver has functioned as money for centuries, and its role as a store of value and a hedge against monetary inflation is growing. Currency debasement is not new. Governments throughout history have printed money while silver retains its value relative to these paper assets. But the average investor today does not own physical silver. Rather, they invest in the financial instruments that track the performance of physical commodity itself, such as the ETF. There are two types of silver ETFs. A direct ETF owns the silver bullion and acts as a custodian on behalf of the buyer, or an equity ETF. Or an equity silver ETF, buys stocks of silver mining companies and tracks an equity index. So silver ounces in ETFs by country. Since 2000, the amount of financial instruments has ballooned across many financial products and markets. There is an 116-time increase worth approximately $13.6 billion in today's silver prices. Until recently, ETF investment has been relatively flat, but there has been a surge in the price of silver. Meanwhile, demand for silver-backed financial products has increased and the demand for silver rising. So industrial demand. So silver is not just an investment. It's not just an investment, but also a green metal with an industrial application. Here's some of the things that silver is used for. Silver is finding a new and growing use in photovoltaic solar cells, used in solar panels, used in dental alloys, it's used in jewelry, it's used in medical wall paint. There's colloidal silver used in the medical world. It's used in cell phones, laptops, pictures, mirrors, everything. Silver is used in everything. Some of the top things are photovoltaic, imports into trans economy, other countries, other uses. So you can see down here by the hundreds of millions of jewelry and silverware, electronics, photography, superconductors, biocides, other uses. You can see how many hundreds of millions of ounces, actually 1 billion ounces. So in fact, silver is powering the green revolution. And that's the thing with silver is we need all these new uses. They're finding out, like scientists found out a way to make silver 40% stronger without losing electrical conductivity, because silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. So it's actually cool, and as an investment and the green revolution are demanding more silver, where's the precious metal coming from? How are we gonna fit all this production, all this demand, if we aren't digging it out the ground? So you can see the silver mine supply. These are where the people are digging up silver, and actually this biggest miner is closed right now because of COVID-19. So we're going to be getting into some interesting times, people. Mexico, Peru, China, Russia, Chile, Bolivia, Poland, Australia, United States. Those are like the top 7 biggest producers of silver mining. And you can see the source of silver mining production, byproduct of other metals, zinc, copper, and gold. You see zinc and lead and gold and copper. Though most silver is found from actually focusing on these other things, and they'll find some silver on the side and they'll take it, But silver supply is falling for 3 reasons. Number 1, declining production. Number 2, declining silver mine capacity. Number 3, declining reserves of silver. So here's number 1, silver supply by source. Here's the mine production, which is the gray, and the orange is secondary, and the black is government disposal. So you can see a lot of it is mine production. Silver has decreased for the last 3 years in production. And that's bad news, because we see the demand growing higher. We see the demand for silver growing up, but the supply is going down, down, down. Prolonged weakness in price provides little incentive for primary silver producers to increase output through expansions or build new mines. Number 2, annual additions of silver mine capacity. New silver mine capacities increases due to run-up in prices in 2010-2011, followed by a sharp decline from 2013 onwards. So you can see a sharp decline, and now this is our space. Where are we going to keep it? While above-ground supply is dwindling, so is silver in the ground. Nearly all reserves in the silver mines have declined. So silver is being harder to find, people, and that's going to be something. The producers are going to turn into the consumers, and the consumers are going to turn into the producers, because trust me, once people see silver rising, they're going to jump board, they're going to jump ship, start investing into it. But when there's no silver, when it's scarce, that's when the price can go upwards. And then the people that need it, like Apple, Tesla, the people that actually need the silver, 5G technology coming out, they're going to pay whatever the price is. I know you want the newest iPhone to come out, right? And if that's true, then you better hope they pay those prices, or the production cost could be extremely high. So there are fewer high-grade world-scale deposits. Silver miners who make new discoveries could prove to be the next great opportunity. Declining supply and rising silver demand is setting silver up for the perfect storm. Bam! Right there, you have it. That's as blatantly, that's as bold as I can say it right there. I thought this was a great article. It went over a lot of different things that silver is perfect for, and why silver has so much potential. When I'm talking about silver, I'm talking about the futuristic opportunity. We're going into the industrial age, the technological era. Everything's digital, everything's the swipe of a card, and everything's going to be digital, and we're going into that age. So if we're seeing something like that, silver is used in everything technologically based or backed. So if silver is used for 5G technology, which is going to be the newest, biggest, greatest thing, if it's used for space equipment for this next space race that we're in, if it's used for EVs, electric vehicles, where in 30, 40 years, every car is going to be an electric vehicle. Tesla's just the first to do it, but there's going to be every car, and then silver is used so widely in that. Silver demand is going to be booming, right? It's going to be booming. off the charts. So that means that when those people need to make the Teslas, need to make the newest iPhone, whatever the case is, whatever it's for, even if silver's $100, even if it's $100, they're still going to have to buy it. We don't have to, but I'm sure people will. You know why? Because that's the herd mentality. Once a price goes higher, everyone starts talking about it. Media starts talking about it. YouTube videos are made. Your friends, your family's talking about it all over social media. And you hop board because you want a piece of the action, because then they see that silver's profitable. People are making money from it. People are making lots of money from it, and you want to make some money too. So then you start buying it regardless of what the price is. I saw the same thing happen with $18,000 Bitcoin. I was buying Bitcoin since $1,800, and I watched most people buy it at $18,000, and that's that herd mentality. So anyways, I'll wrap this video up here. The link to these articles will be in the description if you want to check them out yourself. I definitely recommend, checking them out. Just going over some stuff, research. You definitely got me right here to do the job for you. So let's see if this video can get 100 likes. Everyone go smash the like button right now. Bam! Thank you so much. I know you just hit the like button. I know you did because you learned something new. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or just entertaining, make sure to like that video. Anyways, make sure to subscribe as well. Subscribing is just as, if not more important, because I post daily videos. If you want to get informed on a day-to-day basis what's going on in the world of precious metals, I am your guide. This is your channel. You have found it. This is it. Here, Silver Slayer, tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.